Hey guys, it's Joy. I'm back again with another video, you guys. I'm not gonna be on here for too long. I wanted to talk about borderlines and relationships. I know I did get a request to talk about that from a subscriber, and I thought it would be a good idea as well because I know I do talk about narcissists a lot. There are other personality disorders that I'm gonna be discussing um along with borderlines. There's also like bipolar, sociopaths. We'll definitely talk about that as well. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty much gonna get into it. I did want to just introduce myself for those of you this is your first time watching. So my name is Joy. I am a coach for narcissistic abuse. I'm also a psychic medium. I do love oracle and tarot readings. All right, and this channel is all about inspiring and motivating you guys to live your best life. I know today is a Saturday. A lot of you guys are probably relaxing. So like I said, I'm going to be quick with this one, but I just wanted to give you guys some advice and some tips that you can use, when you're out there dating and you're meeting people and you could possibly run into a borderline. So this is just to warn you, to give you some advice, or maybe you could have been dealing with a borderline and maybe you didn't know that this person was a borderline. Thank you for the like. Thank you so much. Hi everybody, welcome to the room. And also I did want to let you guys know I'm doing 2 competitions. Hi KG, how are you? Hey everybody, welcome to the room. Hopefully you guys are having a good Sunday. I know it's back to work, right? Next tomorrow. So that's good, KG. Did you have a good relaxing weekend? Hopefully you did. Yeah, so first of all, the first competition I'm doing, I'm giving away my 5 signs you're dealing with the narcissist video course. Awesome, KG. And then I'm going to be giving away 4 packs of white sage incense. So I'm really excited about that. Whoever I do pick for those winners, I'm going to be doing a live random drawing, and I'm going to be mailing them to you. So I'm really excited. I think you guys will enjoy them. I'm like, every time I light these incense, I love them. It makes me feel so good. So I'm really excited. I'm probably going to be doing that monthly, like giving away sage, because I think people can really benefit from it, But like I said, I am going to be coming out with more video courses and more audio courses that will help and benefit you in regards to, mental health awareness, and how we can all heal. So I think that's really good. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into it. All right, so we're going to be talking about borderlines and relationships, and you guys can feel free to chime in if you felt like you've dealt with a borderline and how you identify them. So I'm just going to kind of go over the notes that I wrote. And I also did get some resources from the verywellmind.com. And just in case if you guys are wondering where I'm getting this information, a lot of this, it kind of comes from me, but sometimes I'll go online and I'll do my research too. I'm really an expert in narcissists, but again, myself, I've dealt with a borderline. So, but it was only one, but I've dealt with more narcissists than I've dealt with borderlines. So just a heads up. But okay, so borderlines in a relationship, they have a intense fear of rejection, separation, or abandonment. Okay, and this definitely resonates. The borderline that I dealt with, I noticed that he didn't want to separate from me. He was really clingy. He was always wanting my attention in the beginning of the relationship, and he always talked about his childhood, how he was abandoned and how he didn't want to experience that and how he had that fear. I mean, he didn't like upfront say that, but you know how somebody keeps talking about something over and over again and you start to feel like, okay, this person has a fear of it. You know what I mean? Because you're just not going to talk about it if you're not worried about it or you're not concerned about it. You get what I'm saying? So this guy definitely had those characteristics to let me believe that he could have been a borderline. So yeah, and then so another thing about borderlines is that they do have rapid changes between thinking someone is perfect and thinking someone is evil. And I definitely can resonate with that because the borderline that I dealt with, he would put me on a pedestal in the beginning. He would always be like, "Oh, you're so beautiful, you're so intelligent, you have a lot going on for yourself." And then he flipped it, And then he was thinking that I was against him, that I wasn't supporting him. And one of the reasons why I kind of had a feeling that something was wrong with him is because I was, okay, so this borderline and I, we met at work. We had an instant connection. He's a really attractive guy. I'm not going to lie, very handsome. You know, he's a Sagittarius. A lot of Sagittarius men are handsome guys. I'm just saying. But he knew that I didn't like our manager that we were working with. And he kind of went out of his way. He became friends with the manager, and it really bothered me because in a way I feel like this manager was trying to separate us, trying to come in between our relationship, and I voiced my concern about it. You laughing, KJ? Yeah, like something about Sagittarius men, like I'm attracted to. Although my partner is a Virgo, but I'm just saying. Well, he's a Leo Virgo cusp, but he's mainly Virgo. But anyway. um but yeah, so with that, I just thought something was wrong. I'm just like, why is he going out of his way to be friendly with someone that I don't really care for? So in a way, he was just saying, like, I don't care about how you feel. It doesn't matter. It's about me. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't really appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah, the Sag men, they can be pretty crazy. They are very sexual. They're very passionate. There are fire signs, so they have that sexual drive about them. And I'm not gonna lie, he was really good sexually, but I'm just like, all right, if you're a borderline, if you ain't seeking help, you ain't trying to change, I don't think it's gonna work. So all right, so let's move on. So risky behaviors when you're dealing with a borderline, including unsafe sex, gambling. I don't know if you guys have dealt with any of these people or not. Like I said, me personally, I have. They have drug use, accumulating credit card debt. Even this borderline, he engaged in some like dangerous behaviors, like what he said he did. And luckily, I don't throw anybody's names out there. Like I never would, but this guy, he was working for a company, and I guess like he decided, like he had some inside information with the company to where he could get access to their customers. And what had happened is he took a list of Yeah, they're a mess. KG, have you dated a Sagittarius guy before? Because I know you're a Sagittarius yourself, but have you dated a male Sagittarius yourself? I know I've dated like, I think it's two Sagittarius men I've dated. So, but the one, he was a borderline, so that's why I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. They always say it's not recommended to date the same zodiac sign as yourself, but sometimes it works. I mean, I don't know too many people that are the same zodiac sign and it worked out, but you never know. I just heard that they're a lot to do. Yeah, they are a lot to deal with. They're very like flirtatious, player-like energy, in the tarot. I think they represent the Knight of Wands. So very like in and out, player energy, flaky, not wanting to settle down, not wanting to commit, you know what I mean? So definitely. But yeah, but anyway, so with this guy, like he ended up taking very dramatic, exactly, right. Super dramatic, love drama. Yeah, so he ended up taking a list of this company that he was working with. These customers, he took them when he left the company and he started making money. Like apparently it was like thousands of dollars. He was able to live off of this, but he like, I don't know. Well, I guess you could say stole, but I think he had kind of got into it with the manager, and he was like, kind of like on the inside where he could get that kind of information, that personal information where he could grab the customers' names, numbers, and have his own business and like literally be making money. Like, and I don't even think that the manager that he used to work with, they even knew that he did that. You know what I'm saying? So they engage in like dangerous behavior, risky behavior. It could put you at risk. It could put your family at risk. It's like, this is what they do, They could steal like credit card information, stuff like that. Another way borderlines are in relationships, or just recognizing one, they have threats of suicide and self-harm. again, the guy that I dealt with had a really bad childhood. That's the unfortunate part because a lot of these borderlines and even narcissists or even like sociopaths, which I'm going to talk about them in the next video, or people that have bipolar disorders, they had a bad childhood. And I'm not justifying like their way of being now because okay, you're an adult, you can change, you can get help, you know, you can medicate yourself, you can heal, you can recover, but it's about making that choice. And a lot of these people are not making that choice to change. They're, you know, knowing that they have something wrong with them, these negative behaviors, these negative characteristics, and they're like, okay, this is just me. I'm accepting it. I'm not going to change to be a better person. I'm just going to keep doing this because this has worked for me. You know what I mean? It's not nothing wrong with me. It's something wrong with you, you know? So they're not doing anything to better themselves. So that's the problem. But again, so they have these bad childhoods and they never recover, unfortunately. Like they don't get the professional help that they need. You know what I mean? So oh boy, my cat is out in the back. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, so this can cause them to have suicidal thoughts. They can cut themselves. I know I mentioned that in the other video. The borderline that I dealt with always talked about like how sometimes he'd be like in the bathroom and he'd be wanting to cut himself with a razor. You know, just really wanted to hurt himself, wanted to hurt others. And again, this is because people have hurted them, so they want to hurt themselves. They're like, oh, well, somebody abused me, so I'm just gonna abuse myself. Like, you get what I'm saying? Which is a crazy way to be. But this is all that they know. The people that were around them that were supposed to love them and take care of them and protect them, they just didn't do it. You get what I'm saying? Oh, hey Flex, you said borderlines hold grudges. Yeah, they do. They hold grudges for sure. Hold on, I'm just trying to light this white sage again because you know how you can light a incense, but then it just, I mean, it'll like make the room smell better, but I like to keep them lit, so I'm just saying. But yeah, Flex, you're definitely right. They do hold grudges for sure. Like they don't forgive others. You know, they will take like grudges to them to their deathbed, like very like egotistical, you know. All right, so also with dealing with the borderline, they have difficulties emphasizing with people. KG says, I'm starting to think this is what my half brother is a borderline. Oh boy. Yeah, unfortunately, that you could be right, KG. Yeah, so, and my thing is, I'm not like in the field of diagnosing people. I'm just like, you know, if these people have these characteristics about them, I'm not saying that that's what they are. I'm saying it's potentially, because I'm not a doctor. I know they say doctors are the ones that prescribe or they diagnose people. I'm not saying I'm a doctor. I'm a teacher. I'm a healer myself. I'm also, you know, I'm a psychic medium. So I give advice. I give guidance. So the reason for this video, this is just tips for you guys to be on the lookout for in case if you're dealing with someone that could be this. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to come off as being a doctor because I'm not, but I'm just saying. But anyway, but yeah, they can't empathize with people because again, they've been hurt so bad that they can't see other people's pain. They're too enmeshed in their own pain to even like step into someone else's shoes or to look at another person's point of view. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But all right, and another way of dealing knowing that you might be dealing with the borderline is they have mood swings. So they go from, you know, euphoria to intense shame or self-criticism. And again, I always go back to the borderline that I dealt with because I knew something was off. I was still feeling hurt from the narcissist that I had dealt with previously. So I wasn't really looking at the red flags. I wasn't recognizing like, hey, something is off, something is wrong. But luckily, I only dealt with the borderline for 4 months. So after having that experience with the narcissist, which was for 4 years, and then dealing with my aunt who I lived with for 5 years, I was able to say, all right, something is wrong. This guy is crazy. I can't deal with it. You get what I'm saying? Flex says twin flame was a borderline. Aquarius, it was hell. Oh my God. And I know like Aquarius, they are not emotional. They are so detached. A lot of them are like emotionally manipulative. They can be smart though. They're very methodical about what they do, but they're very like they can be low key evil, like on the low. Like nobody don't really know that about Aquarius, but they can be low key devils, like for real. So, cause all right, so I'm gonna share a story with you guys, and God bless my friend's heart, but like they were really close to me. You guys know I used to live in California, and I'm not a person where I have a lot of friends because I understand like my personality is different from a lot of people. Okay, G, you said definitely right. And I only have like I can literally count my friends on my fingers, unfortunately. But in a way for me that's good. But what I'm saying is so I my husband is Jamaican, and before I met my husband, I used to travel to Jamaica a lot. And the first time I ever went to Jamaica, I brought how many friends did I bring with me? I think it was two of my really good friends, and then I had met my other friend. She met me there. She was coming from DC. So we had an amazing time. We spent 4 days in Jamaica. We had the times of our lives. But one of the things that I realized is when we were on the plane, and this could just be how people are, but both of my friends were Aquarius. And they were very like, moody, very catty, and like not appreciative that we just went to another country. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, they were happy that we were there, but they wasn't really enjoying it like how I was enjoying it. And that's how I knew I was like, I have to move away because I've outgrown these people. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, KG, right. Cold, for sure. Emotionally detached, really just a lot of them, the females love attention. Like they don't want anybody else to get the attention. They want 100% undivided attention. They feel like you might be competition. Trust me, they're going to be like, on you, or they might try to do something to get the other person away from you or something. And actually, what I'm going to tell you guys as well, and I'm going to move on back to the borderlines. When I was leaving away from California, my one good friend that I had known ever since I was there, was trying to get me not to leave. And I think she wasn't doing it. Well, I hope she wasn't doing it to be manipulative, but it just came off as like, who do you think you are moving away? You get what I'm saying? Like, who says that you deserve to like leave? Or it came off as condescending, like she was happy for me, but in actuality, she really didn't want me to go. Like she didn't want me to like leave her behind or to move away. And she tried to do things to make me feel bad or, question what I was doing. So I don't think she's a borderline or anything like that. I think she was just upset that I was leaving. Okay, yeah, they're conceited for sure. But again, I digress. I'm sorry about that. I had to kind of go there. But anyway. So with borderlines, they frequently they lose their tempers. I can totally understand that because the guy I dealt with definitely lost his temper a lot. For sure. And I also think he was schizophrenia too, low key. All right, so that's something that you can expect when you're dealing with the borderline. All right, so and these are just some tips that you can recognize as well while you may be connecting with the borderline, whether you're dating one, you could be in a relationship with one, you could be married to one, or just anything. You could even have a boss that's the borderline. You know what I mean? This could not just be in relationships, because I mean, even if you have a boss, you're working on a job, that's still a work relationship. You get what I'm saying? So these people, they like drama, they like excitement, intensity. With them, you can have like a passionate beginning, and then it could go from accusations to anger to jealousy to bullying, control, and a lot of the breakups that happen between you and the borderline will be due to insecurities, on their end. They don't want to be abandoned, they don't want to be alone, and that's understandable. Like nobody wants to end up alone. Nobody wants to feel like nobody wants them, or people are just going to leave, but they take it to a whole nother level. You get what I'm saying? All right. So, and the thing that I noticed about borderlines, and like I said, I did do some research, but again, this is also like coming from experience, like, they could idolize you in one day and then in the same day devalue you at the same time. Like that will like consistently happen. Like, have you guys experienced like dealing with the borderline yourself? Or anybody that could have dealt with one? But definitely, like, you could literally, they could be like, oh my God, I love you. Like, you're my best friend, and then be like, oh, like you're a piece of shit, like excuse my language, but literally they could do that in one day, and they have really bad trust issues. I feel like they could be like, they could have like black and white mind. It could be like, hey, you're either with me or you're against me. Like they really fear like people turning on them, people like leaving them out in the cold. They don't want that to happen. So, KG. I don't like to curse on here, you guys, but sometimes you just need to. I'm just saying. But anyway. And again, so just reading off my list here. I actually have a few, just one more page. Like I said, I don't want to be on here for too long, but I'll answer you guys if y'all had any questions or whatever. But anyway, so with borderlines, they do engage in emotional manipulation. For those of you that don't know, they are very codependent, just like the narcissist. The narcissist is codependent as well. Borderlines they seek others to provide for them, with stability and balance their changeable emotions, because they're really emotionally unstable, as I'm sure you guys can know, especially if they could like lose their temper in an instant, just go off the bat, and you'd be like, this person is off their rocker, like, you know what I mean? They're really crazy. Like I had an example. I remember like I said, I met the borderline at work, and I remember I said something to him. I think we were at lunch. We were at lunch, and I think we were coming back, and out of nowhere, he just like raised his voice, like he just like lost it. And I'm sitting here looking at him like, "What's your problem? Like, why are you getting so upset?" And I think even one time when we were at home, I'm trying to remember what exactly happened, because last time I dealt with this guy, this was I think it was in 2016, so it had really been a while. He didn't raise his voice at me, but what he did was, because at the time I was living by myself, I had my own apartment when I was in California. I used to live in Long Beach, and I used to, I'm not gonna lie, I had a low self-esteem. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think how old was I? I had to be like, probably was like 25 or 26 or something like that. But anyway, we were at the house, and I was sweeping around, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to move into another apartment, this and this and that. And I remember telling him, like, I was a little ashamed of how my apartment looked, because it was okay, but it was small, and it was like, it wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't that bad. But he he went out of his way. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm tripping with my words. He said, oh yeah, this small ass apartment. You get what I'm saying? So he had that smart little comment, and in that moment, I didn't say anything because, I was used to being abused like that in that way, but I didn't say anything. I just kept like sweeping or whatever. I didn't think much of it. But he knew that was something that it was a insecurity for me, and he went out of his way to say that. So again, emotional manipulation. He's a bully, basically. A lot of these borderlines are bullies. Okay. And so yeah. So that's that. Yeah, they would say little stuff like that. All right. So, and if you guys do know borderlines, and let's say this person wants to get help, definitely seek professional like counselor or a therapist. Offer that person emotional support only if this person is willing to change, because this is the difference between narcissists and borderlines. Narcissists ain't changing. Borderlines, it depends on who the person is. They would be open to changing. They can get that help if they recognize, and they say, hey, I'm struggling with this. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be fearful of abandonment. I don't want to be upset at people or take my anger and my frustrations out on random people that don't deserve it. I want to get help. That's the person that you can sit down and talk to and seek professional help. Oh, I'm going to give you guys another example. I just remembered. Like I said, I used to work with the borderline, and we used to do call center work. So if any of you guys know anything about call centers, you know that you can get some rude ass customers. People be cussing you out about things you don't have nothing to do with. It ain't personal, but you can get cussed out. So I remember, like, we used to literally sit next to each other. We was like always together. People, thought we had been knowing each other for years, but we literally just met each other. And he was living at my house, y'all. Can y'all believe that? That's, like I said, I've grown. I know y'all probably don't know that about me, but like I've grown over the years, and I know like you can't just have somebody move in too quick, but that's a lesson that I learned. But anyway, so he is on like the phone with a customer, and I don't know what the customer said to them, but he literally like yelled. Like we worked at a small call center. It was some phones downstairs and some phones upstairs, computer desk or whatever. He yells at the customer, and everybody in the upper part of the call center, they look at him like, what the heck? And they're thinking like, is something wrong with him? Is he crazy? Because you never let anybody get you that emotionally involved in a call for you to really raise your voice that high. Like he literally like screamed at this customer. You get what I'm saying? So again, that's not normal behavior. You know what I mean? Because a normal person would be like, okay, it ain't that serious, whatever, but that's another way, yeah, exactly. And then not only that, I'm gonna give y'all another example. He was a rapper, and he was a battle rapper. So if any of you guys ever been to an actual battle rap, you know that they go back and forth and they talk shit, basically, but they kind of do it in a way, sad to say, but like it's kind of motivational at the same time. Like it depends on who the rappers are. Like some rappers, they could have a conscious rap, or then other rappers, they could just talk shit. But he was a shit talker rapper, if that makes sense. And I did support him. I went to his battles. I was there for him, and I talked highly of him. And I remember one time we was at work. Y'all laughing at me flexing, KG. Make sure y'all give this video a like. All right. Like I said, I want to like be honest with you guys and share my stories too, so y'all can know that I've been through this. I'm not just coming on here talking like about narcissism, borderlines. Like I've actually been through this too, because some of these people, they come on here, they haven't even experienced narcissistic abuse, and they come on here and they talking about it. Like just do research. Like I really lived through this stuff, so I'm definitely not perfect. That's why I said I have these coaching sessions and I come out with these video and these audio courses, because I live this stuff. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, so I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, so we were at work one day and we was talking about his battle rap. We was like, oh yeah, like it was good, because he was actually really good, but he was so, excuse my language, he was fucked up in his head because of his childhood and what he'd been through. Okay, he said he never got out of the battle rapper mentality. It's time. And right, exactly, it's like literally everywhere he's at, he's like talking shit and trying to like, he thinking somebody is like his opponent and he got to defend himself. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not in a battle with you, but yeah. So no, what happened was I was like, oh yeah, you did a great job. And yeah, I think they were talking about one of the lines that he did in the rap, and he was like, oh, you were there? Like he questioned me, like he was like, you were there, like basically seeming like I wasn't important, or like he wasn't even paying attention to me while at the battle rap, but yet he was the one that invited me. Like he literally saw me at the battle rap, but he questioned me. He was like, oh, you were there? So, and I looked at him and I was like, shut up. But again, I ignored that red flag. Like that should have told me, like, for one, he didn't care. He was there for his own selfish reasons. He was obviously talking to other people. Again, a red flag, but it's a lesson learned, So again, they are emotionally abusive, they're bullies, very dramatic, very like jealous. They have a lot of intense anger inside of them. All right, especially if they had a difficult childhood, for sure. All right, so another way with borderline personality disorder. So in a relationship, almost like the narcissist, but like with the borderlines, you go through that honeymoon period, everything is great, everything is passionate, the sex might be good, everything is great, they're courting you, and they put you on a pedestal, you're the best person ever, you're my soulmate, you're my twin flame, whatever, you're my perfect match. And then I think their relationship, it's like they want you to rescue them from their emotional pain. Again, bad childhood, maybe they might be like, oh, my ex-partner cheated on me, they abused me, they left me, you know what I mean? They kind of have that story, you know, going into the relationship. So that's how you might be dealing with a borderline if you notice that happens. Okay. Okay, so I'm almost done here, you guys, but I did want to read off some quotes on how borderlines actually think in a relationship. So again, if you hear somebody say this or something similar, you could be dealing with a borderline. You know, just you might want to think twice about dealing with them anymore or in the near future. You might want to kind of distance yourself, break away, unless you see that they're open and willing to change. Maybe you can bring it up to them. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to try to change anybody. You want to change yourself. And this would, or it should influence this person to change. But if not, don't waste your time. You know, life is too short. You just move on to somebody better. You get what I'm saying? All right. So I'm just going to read these little quotes and then I'll let you guys go. So how borderlines are in relationships, their mentality. So I must be loved by all the important people in my life at all times or else I'm worthless. Nobody cares about me as much as I care about them. So I always lose everyone I care about despite the desperate things I try to do to stop them from leaving me. If someone treats me badly, then I become bad. When I am alone, I become nobody and nothing. And the last one, I can't stand the frustration that I feel when I need something from someone and I can't get it. I've got to do something to make it go away. So that's just some quotes that I wrote down. And all of these really explains the borderline that I was dealing with. Every single one of them. It's like he felt he was treated bad, which I'm sure he was, but he became bad. Narcissists, same way. Both narcissists, borderlines don't want to be alone because they feel like if they're alone, they feel worthless. They feel like they're nothing, you know? They always feel like they lose people that they love. Like the borderline I dealt with, whoever his ex-girlfriend was, I think it was like his baby's mother. I think he actually loved her. That's why I said there's a difference between narcissists and borderlines. I think borderlines can love. I think that they get hurt and then they become bad. You know, they don't think about, okay, so why do I keep attracting this kind of person in my life? Why do I get attached to somebody that's emotionally detached from me or emotionally cold or distant and not open and willing to love? I think that he did love this person. I think his ex was an Aquarius. And for those of you that don't know, Aquarius can be... Flex said, did you date an NBA young boy? No, he was this guy was a battle rapper. He was really handsome. I'm not gonna lie, he was super handsome. A lot of people wanted him. I thought he was cute. I thought he was smart too. Like he was into business, and he was like perfect to me. But again, I noticed that he wasn't. Of course, like he was abusive. He was still focused on his ex. He had a child with her, so it's understandable, but apparently his ex moved on, or I think she cheated on him originally, and then that hurt him. I want to do a video about like heartbreak, but the difference between how guys take it and how females take it, because apparently guys take it like to a whole nother level, and I don't know if you can understand it or if you can relate to this, Flex, or how you feel about heartbreaks or how you deal with it. But some guys, if they're not used to it and they really, really love that person and they find out that their person is dating or having sex with someone, they will go fucking insane. Excuse my language. Like literally, like hurt everybody else. They will never let anybody else back in ever again after that one person. Some females are like that too, but a lot of females, I think they do take the time to heal. It depends on the person, because y'all know we got female narcissists, we got female borderlines, vice versa. You get what I'm saying? So not everybody is capable of going through emotional pain, like severe emotional, heartbreaking pain, and recovering and becoming, and not letting it affect them in any way. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. But to answer your question, Flex, no, he wasn't an NBA young boy. But that was a lesson for me on my end because I used to be the kind of person I used to like to date bad guys. And KG, I don't know if you can relate to that or not, or anyone else in the room, any of you females. Like I used to love bad guys. I used to like I don't know why. I was just so attracted to it, but I outgrew that. I understand that bad guys equals bad relationships, bad choices, bad mistakes, and you don't want that in your life. You don't want to deal with someone that has that type of energy. You want someone that's loyal, that's dedicated, that's honest, that's committed, all about you 100%. And if you don't get that, you don't settle for less, guy or girl. It don't matter. Okay, you say I did, but I mostly went for the nerdy guys. Okay. I'm trying to see, have I ever dated a nerdy guy? I feel like, did I? Cause see, like, even though this borderline, he did what he did and he was a battle rapper, he was kind of like on a nerdy side as well. Like he was into like techie stuff, computer geek things. He wasn't a nerdy guy. He might have came off as a nerdy guy, but he wasn't. I'm trying to think, have I dated a nerdy guy though? I don't think I have. I think this one guy I dated, I don't know if I told you guys, I used to model, and he was a photographer of mine. And I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought he was gay, but it turned out that he wasn't. But we went out. I think we went out on 2 dates. Let's see. Katie says, but a lot of these guys that I attract were mama's boys. Okay, yeah, you don't want a mama's boy because the mom is always gonna try to come in between your relationship, so you don't want that. But yeah, this guy really wanted to love me. He told me he was attracted to me. He asked me what I liked in a guy. I don't really like telling guys what I want because I feel like they will try to become that. So I don't really like to do that anymore. But anyway, he was really interested in me, but I turned him down because at the time I didn't love myself. And it turns out he's married now. So he's doing pretty good. And we're really good friends. And sometimes I'll tell him about like situations that I used to go through because I'm married now. But sometimes even like in the marriage, like we have our ups and downs. But I'm the kind of person, I'm like, if you ain't treat me the way I'm supposed to be treated, I'm out. I don't care what I need to do. I'm gone. Like I've gained that self-love, that self-appreciation, and my respect for myself that I'm not settling for less anymore. You get what I'm saying? So, and I hope you guys feel the same way. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. Unless y'all have anything else to say, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'm coming out with all the zodiac signs for the rest of January. I know usually I'll upload them quicker, but I was kind of busy this week, so I wasn't able to do it. But I'm definitely gonna do that. Flex says if we get attached and never had a great relationship with our mothers, it hurts pretty bad. I ain't gonna lie. Oh wow. I ain't gonna flip out though. Just heal and move forward. Yeah. Cause Flex, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I just feel like when they get their heart broken, it changes them for life. And I can understand because that kind of pain, it hurts. I've been there. It hurts. But I think the issue is they don't know how to heal it. They don't know who to talk to about it. So they feel that pain. And a lot of guys are taught like, oh, don't cry. Don't feel these emotions. Excuse my language, you're a bitch. You're a pussy. Excuse my language, y'all. I don't like to curse, but this is just me being me. And they hold that in and then they take that to the next relationship and they take it out on that person. So it's like unfair for them and for the new person, So it's just understanding like, hey, there's help out there. You can recover, you can heal, but you have to talk to the right people. That's why I say I do these coaching sessions because I know these people are hurting. People are, like this one girl, she emailed me. Flex said it leaves us with a chip on our right. And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I hope my husband ain't watching. I don't think he is though. Like honestly, like my husband and I, we're actually really good best friends, and like we are fairly new to each other. Like we haven't even been knowing each other that long, but it just works like in a weird way. But he's been hurt 3 times by these 3 girls, but he was into the bad girls. Like, I'm like different from his usual type. Like, he's not like, I'm not gonna say like I'm a good girl, but I'm not a bad girl. Like, I'm just me. Like, I'm just chill, but I don't put up with shit. I don't take shit from people, you know? So he's used to like the dramatic girls, the catty girls, and just the drama. And I'm like, I'm not with that drama, but again, he has a chip on his shoulder from his past hurts, and he's letting that control him. I'm like, either you're gonna let that control you or I'm out. I don't care what we need to do, if we need to get a divorce or whatever. It's gonna be my way or I'm gone. You either take it or you leave it. Period. You know? Virgos, yeah, they choose bad partners. Yeah, he's a Virgo. His last partner was really bad for him, and he's having a difficult time letting that go. I'm like, you need to let that shit go. Either you're gonna let it go or I'm letting you go. Period. You know? So sometimes you gotta just, even whether you're a man or a female or a man or a woman, whatever, you gotta let people know what you're gonna put up with and what you're not gonna put up with, because they're gonna do whatever you allow them to do. You know? If you don't lay that law down, they're gonna just do whatever, and you can't allow that, you know? Yeah, okay, right. When they meet a good one, they don't know how to react exactly because they're not used to it. Because again, these people, they have like, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect, but a lot of our childhoods, I'm gonna be honest, they sucked. Just period. Because our parents didn't know how to love or how to show love or what love was. So how can we know? How can another person recognize real and true love when all they saw was chaos, all they had was rejection, all they had was emotional, mental, verbal abuse? So you're used to that. That's like your home. Right, in general, KG. Yeah. So you're used to that type of treatment. So when someone else comes around, they're good to you. They support you. You know, they're there and they want to help you. You push that away because you ain't used to that. You're like, oh, I don't want that. That ain't, you know what I mean? That ain't for me. All right, if you want to be like that, you don't want to seek no help. Okay, you keep living that life. But I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do me. So don't be trying to like come over here and ruin what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? So I understand what you're saying, KG. Like I said, my partner, he's a Virgo, but he has Leo characteristics. So he's like on the cusp. But if you Google his birthday, it shows up as a Virgo. So, but yeah, it's different for him too, you know. And I'm not gonna lie to you, KG. I'm not used to him either. And the reason why I say that is because, like, he's different than my usual type. And, you know, I don't know. I really wasn't like into him at first, but over time it grew. You know, that's how it is sometimes. And he can come off as being a bad guy, but he's really not. I think he's had so many bad partners that it's changed him. But I think he's slowly but surely going back to who he really was, if that makes sense, you know? Flex says narcs are the best at it. They only thrive to bullshit. Right. Exactly. So true, y'all. It's something else. Katie says, I understand my person is a Virgo. They move on one at a time slowly. I had to get, yeah. He, like, my Virgo, like, he moves on slowly but surely. And I was actually, he ain't watching this, so I don't care. And even if he is, whatever. But like, we was chatting. I'm like, so you know that person was using you. You know that person was good for you, but you still invested in the situation and blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, okay, so you're going to continue to do that. And I'm like, I'm not putting up with that anymore. Like, because I was still healing and recovering and learning my lessons, whatever. But if you're still going to engage in that, you still going to have a connection or some type of friendship. I said, this is not going to work. I'm sorry. It's not going to work. So you're going to have to make a decision. I'm not necessarily giving an ultimatum, letting you know where I'm at, what's on my end. Because I'm going to be doing me. I'm going to go out and date. I'm going to do what's best for me. And that's the mentality a lot of us have to have. You have to put yourself first at the end of the day. Because nobody else is going to put you first. You can't sit around and wait for someone to choose you or to put in the time, energy, and effort. No, you got to go out and live your life, do what's best for you, you know? So, Yeah. But that's all I have to say. I hope, like, do I sound like a preacher, y'all? Because I feel like I just be preaching and I don't want to preach. But this is real life stuff. This is real life. Like, I literally live through this stuff. Like, narcissistic abuse, borderline abuse. Like I said, next time I'm going to talk about sociopaths. We're going to talk about, psychopaths or another borderline, another disorder. Mental issue. Luckily I hadn't had the chance to deal with the psychopath. I pray to God I don't. But some people unfortunately do deal with those kind of people. But yeah, that's all I have, you guys. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to say tonight before I go? Hopefully y'all have a good rest of your Sunday. I hope this week coming up is great for you all. Like I said, I'm picking 2 winners at the end of the month. Yes, we don't want to go right. Yeah, picking 2 winners, one winner for the 5 signs you're dealing with the narcissist video course, and I'm picking 4 winners for the White Sage giveaway. I'm really excited to do that, you guys. Make sure you leave a comment. If you've already entered in to win, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're new and you're watching, go ahead and leave a comment. Like I said, I'm doing a random drawing. So best wishes and best luck to everybody. But other than that, that's it. I'm going to be doing the daily readings for the zodiac signs. More than likely every other day. I'm coming out with all zodiac signs for the rest half of January. And yeah, things are definitely going to be in the works, progress. Lots of new things are coming out. I'll be announcing that. And look out for more products for my narcissistic abuse. And yeah, just more advice, more tips, more strategies to help us all to heal and recover, because none of us are 100% healed. You get what I'm saying? We all have things we need to work on, things we need to heal, but it's all about, being humble and understanding, like, hey, I'm not perfect. So yeah, that's all I had to say, y'all. Y'all have a good night, and I will see y'all, if not tomorrow, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. You guys have a good night. Bye. And thank you guys always for the support. Bye, guys.